We'll begin this week's Grow weather forecast with a check across the region looking at the drought monitor. Portions of central Kansas still dealing with some extreme drought, as this is the latest drought monitor for this week. Severe drought in orange, the lighter brown shading, moderate drought, and then abnormally dry conditions in that yellow. Looking a little closer to the NTV area, we still have a small portion of southeast Nebraska included in moderate drought or abnormally dry conditions, and we're looking at that the latest this week. We're still looking at roughly around 99% of the state not included in a drought category. The exception is that far southeast corner of the state. Now, portions of northeast Kansas are still included in some of that drought, and numbers for Kansas, they are improved compared to last week. We're looking at roughly around 34% of the state not included in a drought category this week for Kansas. That compares to around 27% of the state last week not included in a drought category. So starting to see a little bit of improvement in Kansas, thankfully, but really not much change in Nebraska as we continue to see some drought conditions in southeast Nebraska. Now, looking ahead within the next month, this is precipitation for the rest of July, the possibility for below normal precipitation for parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, even into portions of Texas as well. We're looking at above normal precipitation expected for parts of the south into Florida. The far northeast looking at below normal precipitation, then off to the west the possibility for some above normal precipitation for the rest of the month of July. And then in terms of temperatures, a good part of the U.S. looking at the possibility for those above normal temperatures to continue for the rest of July. The exception, portions of northern U.S. still looking at that possibility for below normal temperatures for the rest of July. Anywhere not shaded, looking at equal chances for the rest of July. Then looking a little farther out, beginning with precipitation, below normal precipitation favored for portions of Texas and other parts of the south as well. Parts of the East Coast looking at that possibility for above normal precipitation, while off to the west, above normal precipitation still expected to continue for parts of that area, even 3 months out. And then the Northwest looking at the possibility for below normal precipitation for 3 months out. All of Nebraska, all of Kansas looking at equal chances for the next 3 months. And then temperatures for a good chunk of Nebraska, all of Kansas, above normal temperatures are expected to continue within the next 3 months. And we're looking at far northeast Nebraska, looking at some equal chances, but you can see above normal temperatures are expected in portions of the west, moving off to the east, includes parts of the south as well. So once again, a good chunk of the area looking at that possibility for above normal temperatures. Now, in terms of our normal high for this time of year, for the Tri-Cities, we're right around 88 degrees normally this time of year, mid-60s for our normal low. Now, our week ahead average high is actually a few degrees below that, right around 85, but our week ahead average low right at that mark. When we average those numbers out, it comes in right at 65. And here's a look at our proverb for this week. A summer fog is a good indication of fair weather. That's a check of your Grow forecast update. Be sure to tune in next week for the latest.
We would love to see your county fair photos. Go to our website, www.nebraska.tv. There's a little tab you can click that says Chime In. You can add your photos right there and send them directly to us. And speaking of county fairs, we are here at the Whole County Fair in Grand Island. We'll kick off our county fair season when Grow continues.